Hey, Willowbrook, I've been thinking about an idea. I just want to pitch it to you right now, see what you think. This Sunday, let's do worship a little bit different, all right? Here's how it's going to go. We're going to just take the Bible, we're just going to open it up to a random page and put our finger down, and whatever verse we're on, that's what the sermon's going to be on, all right? And then we've polled people in the church about who is really good at singing in the shower. And they've come back with their answers, and we're going to let those people lead worship, and then we're just going to do whatever song someone shouts. Okay, that's how worship is going to be this Sunday. What do you think? No, you probably don't like that, do you? Well, why do you not like it? Because it would be chaos. It'd be horrible, wouldn't it? Now, what we actually appreciate in worship, whether we say it or not, is order. We appreciate order in worship. And that's a good thing and a biblical thing because that's what the Bible calls for. In our reading in the New Testament challenge this week, we find ourselves today in 1 Corinthians 14. In this chapter, Paul is talking about spiritual gifts to begin with, and admittedly he talks about some controversial things. He talks about the gift of tongues and how that interacts with the gift of prophecy. But what's not controversial and what Paul puts forth is that those gifts, whatever our gifts are, need to be done, need to be performed, need to be used in an orderly fashion. Let me bring to your attention verse 33. It says, "For God is not a God of confusion, but of order, as in all the churches of the saints." And then Paul repeats that same concept in verse 40. It says, "But in all things they must be done properly and in an orderly manner." I think we all understand that when there's not order, it's really hard to be productive and get things done the way that we intend to. That's why, if you've ever been to a courtroom, or maybe you've watched that famous grandma on TV, Judge Judy, if you have seen that, if there's ever a time in the courtroom where people are talking over each other or yelling from the prosecutor's side and the defendant's side, or just people in the audience, what does the judge do? She takes out that gavel, beats it on her desk, and says, "Order in the courtroom, order in the courtroom," because you can't really get things done the right way unless there's order. If you haven't experienced that, then I know you've experienced this. Have you ever pulled up to a traffic light where the electricity is out and there is no red light, no yellow light, no green light? There's just cars pulling up left and right. Everybody's wondering, hey, should I go first? Whose turn is it now? When there's not order, it's really hard for things to function the way they should. God says that is important in the church as well. And that's why when you show up on Sundays, it's not like what I talked about earlier. There's a lot of preparation. There's a lot of planning that has gone into what happens in our worship service. I think you can think about the same thing when it comes to you personally. If God says that He's a God of order, we know as believers we're called to imitate God. We know that if something's a character or a quality of God, we want His character, His qualities to be evident in our lives as well. So value order in your life. Value order when it comes to you studying the Bible. Study the Bible in a manner that is systematic and with order. If you are parenting, have a strategy for your parenting. Have a plan. If you are somebody who is planning your week, think about order when it comes to your time management. I truly think that we can honor God as we honor the things that He says are important to Him, and order is one of those things. Have a great day.